Good afternoon and welcome, everybody. This would be the Jeff Cameron Show right here on 93.3 Real Talk Radio, Warchant TV on a Libations Friday. Busy show today. Okay, so coming up in about 15 to 17 minutes or so, our good friend Ingram Smith, CEO of the Battles Inn. Looking forward to talking to Ingram as I think there's real momentum, obviously, to touch on with the Battles Inn, but also I think there's a newsworthy item, which is why we're going to have him on. He'll join us in the second segment of the program. Something we never do, but we're going to today incorporate other elements of what we do here at Warchant and what I do on the Jeff Cameron Show. I'm involved in another show called Coach Speak. Some of you have heard it and like it. It's growing quickly. It's a show we're proud to do. I do it with the Headlines crew. That's me, Ira, and Corey. You're going to hear some of that towards the end of the hour and have a little fun with it. We wanted to introduce it to our radio audience. It's a YouTube product. It's a podcast product, but you can hear it today on the radio airwaves, and make sure you subscribe and start watching and enjoying a little bit of Coach Speak. It's a lot of fun to do. That'll be later in the hour. So coming up, Ingram Smith. Right now, we've got to touch on today's topics at hand. Today's show is pre-recorded. Tom and I are busy in the 1 to 3 hour with some things we had to do for work, also his travel arrangements. So a lot of moving pieces. So we decided to get fresh content out there today. Today's show was recorded or is being recorded right now at 11 a.m. So it's not like, it's too far off. It's still fresh. Some things may happen while we're on the air this afternoon at 1, and we wouldn't get to it. It would become dated at that point. Our apologies, but this is the way it had to be. So for now, we're pretty close to live, but we're not live. All right, with all of that being said, the big news of the day, and I'm not surprised to see it. Let me just say this. I mean, Florida State leads the nation in opponent completion percentage. Florida State leads the nation in pass breakups. Florida State leads the nation in defending and fewest turnovers lost, which look, you think about what that's an offensive stat in a way, but it's also a testament to what your defense has done. They're third in sacks, they're fourth in passing touchdowns allowed. Their third down defense is also fourth. They're fifth in turnover margin, sixth in scoring defense. Why am I telling you all of those rankings? Well, the news is that Adam Fuller has been signed to an extension. And Tom, I guess we're not real surprised by that, are we? I mean, that makes sense that he would get that extension. This defense kind of carried the day, the back end of the season, without a doubt. But really, going all the way back to the first game, that second half against LSU is still fresh in our memories because it's the only time Jaden Daniels has been shut down for a quarter, let alone a half.
It is a remarkable season that they had against the backdrop that in the preseason, all we were looking for was Florida State to be a top 30 defense, top 35 in most metrics, because we thought that the explosiveness, the consistent elite level play from the offense that was coming would put the defense in a position where just make a few stops and we're going to win football games. And for the balance of the season, the defense was the more consistent side of the football. Even though Florida State's schedule involved a lot of backup quarterbacks or lackluster offenses, the defense generally followed a pattern at minimum. And at minimum, that pattern was they're going to give some stuff up in the first half, but then it's your ass for the second 30 minutes. And it's going to be unholy what they do after halftime. And they did that the entirety of the season, and it was capped off with something more than that, which was 38 possessions of defense, 1 touchdown allowed, and that touchdown was highly in question if you saw how it all played out down for down. Just a tremendous season for Adam Fuller, whose approval rating, I mean, look, man, you probably can answer it better than anybody, but his approval rating was maybe on the good side of 50, 60%. Now it's got to be in those upper 80s, lower 90s, I would think at minimum.
I just think because some bad things happened early in his tenure here when the team wasn't very complete and they had some embarrassing moments, and we had games where you're watching a defense, they don't even show up on your screen when you're watching passes be completed. They were not coordinated, if you recall me saying those words. It didn't look like they had any idea as to what they were doing. That resonated for a long time, including going into this season. I don't think a lot of people trusted Adam Fuller to field the championship level defense. In the championship game, in the ACC championship game, Louisville averaged 2.7 yards per play. 2.7 yards per play. They had less than 190 yards of offense, Tom, in a football game with an offense that averaged, 30-plus points a game. So They were dominated. You go back through all the games when Florida State needed to have a defensive dominant performance. They got it. Florida's offense was not the problem for the Gators this year. Florida's offense was very, very good, and it got completely shut down after the first half, completely shell-shocked. Now, I know they were on a backup quarterback, and look, certainly he benefited some from facing several backup quarterbacks, but the totality with which they dominated speaks to something more than just having a string of good games against bad teams.
Yeah, there are a couple of places you could look to say, well, where would you define as a place where you'd say that is because of coaching, that is because of development? Because the thing I said in the preseason was, all right, they had their limitations last year. 100%, there were things that you could be critical for Adam Fuller and what came across his desk and what he was responsible for. But that defensive line was beat to hell, and it was thin last year. Let's see what he does with a defensive line like this. And players matter. They matter more than anything to the end of the Battle's End interview that we're going to be doing in a little bit. But man, the thing that was night and day from last year to this year was pressure packages, was blitzes, was getting downhill, playing free and fast. And it wasn't a one-trick pony. Yeah, Kalen DeLoach is really good at getting downhill and blitzing. Safeties did it. Corners did it. They ran really good games, especially towards the end of the season. I was waiting all season to see the Braden Fisk, Jared Verse thing that I saw in camp, which was a nightmare of a duo that were evil, like evil in how they could free each other up. The combination of all of those things, it didn't take light years for a blitzer to get home and affect the quarterback this season. They were instantly in the backfield. They were overwhelming. The one thing that's left, I think, is to play a little bit of zone. But if you keep bringing players in at the level that Florida State amassed this roster this season, he's ready for prime time. That defense could have won us a national title this year, and that's what pisses me off about Sunday.
I know they could have beat Michigan. I don't know if they would have won the national title, maybe.
What if Washington had beaten Texas, though? So if you got Michigan, Washington before you to win the title, that defense is plenty good to get you all the way to the podium.
Yeah, you can get there. You can get there, and it's tragic. I just know this. In a weird matchup like the one against Michigan, let's say, you would have Darrell Jackson back to go along with, obviously, Farmer, which we've talked about. We saw what Braden Fisk was at the end of this year. He was unblockable. The last 3 games, you could not block him. I mean, he single-handedly changed the game from the opening snap against Louisville, where he's in the backfield immediately tossing the running back. You're like, whoa, if that's a harbinger of things to come, Louisville's got a problem. And then Jared Verse joined the party. But, it's amazing to think about that game, Tom, if we were to play it, and I don't want to dwell on this, if we were playing Michigan, that has 20-17 to the victor written all over it. I don't know who wins, but it's a close game.
It could be 20-10 the way this defense is playing. That is the source of my fury.
Yeah.
Is how inspired they played, how mean they played. They dismissed Louisville the way 13 would do. That defensive performance, you could have transported that 10 years ago, and it could have been Telvin and Timmy and LaMarcus. It was that kind of a performance. And I know that this is an offensive sport, and I like the Keon Coleman's of the world too. But when you see an effort like that, nothing fires me up more as a football fan than when a defensive line eats the way that Florida State's defensive line did, and players matter. Adam Fuller didn't suddenly become a great coach. He was who he was. The players helped improve the way it all presents. But conversely, you could say it the other way. Adam Fuller wasn't an awful coach in stretches last year. That defensive line was thin, it was beat up, and it limited what Florida State could do defensively.
Well, this will be interesting. Adam will now be under a lot of pressure. He's paid handsomely. He was already making $1.2 million. He's getting a raise with this deal. It's a 3-year deal, so there'll be a lot of pressure on him. I'm sure he's up to it. He loves the game. All he does is eat, drink, sleep football. He's a football nut. And I know he's a proud husband and father, so I'm not trying to diminish that, but he admits that he is forever thankful to his family when you talk to him, because he says he's obsessed with football. He wants to coach all day long. He's watching football. He's coaching football. He's breaking football down 18 to 20 hours a day. This is what he does.
Yeah.
If you're going to pay somebody handsomely and you want to believe in him, they better have that, right? They better have that obsession with their job and the obsession to be perfect. it's a weird game, but the bottom line is this: that's not real healthy in your everyday walk of life, but it has to exist on good football staffs because that's what the money's for. That's why they get all of that money, because they have to sacrifice everything else.
A season like this should afford you reputation points that would make you an even more effective recruiter of the high school circuit. Adam Fuller is already known on the staff and in the circles of the portal world to be excellent at part of Florida State's vetting process,
yes,
seeing who's a good candidate who fits at 19, 20, 21 years old to come into Tallahassee and come play football for Florida State. The way the defense played this year is going to make it easier for him to go into living rooms of high school players and parents and say, come to Florida State. The way that Jeremiah Smith has been enamored with Florida State's offense thanks to Keon Coleman. These things, they tend to get contagious. But now the question becomes, he is secure, 100% secure, and for good reason, and earned and merit, all that stuff. Do you fortify the staff now with another recruiter on the defensive side of the ball that can help in the high school ranks, because Adam Fuller is a badass in the portal?
Yes, I screamed to the mountaintops, yes, loudly. Yeah.
I figured you'd enjoy that question.
Yeah. You think I got a guy in mind to get rid of and a guy to bring in? Yes. Yes, I do. And we'll see. See how we do with the recruiting of linebackers. But anyhow, I just yes. I can't say it enough.
So the funny thing is, in retrospect, if I was to say list the top 5 plays of the season, and I know plays aren't games, they're moments, but the most important 5 plays this season, okay, how many are defense, how many are offense?
I'll tell you what, there's 2 in the opening game.
There could be a couple special teams in there, actually, but yeah.
Sorry, but there's 2 in the opening game that set the path for Florida State and the rest of the season, let alone in that game. It's Keon Coleman's catch over the middle and subsequent run to the end zone. You talk about setting a tone, and that your superstar hired gun is coming in and changing the dynamic of the offense. And we forget, because of the way the offense struggled in the second half of the season, that Florida State led the conference in scoring, that they averaged almost 40 points a game. They were at one time a very good offense. We tend to forget that. But they set the tone with his 3 touchdowns in game number 1. But the first one being the slant there where he catches it, makes the guy miss, and then it's off to the races. I think everybody knew in that moment, Florida State's got him one. They got a guy. They got a dude. Everybody knew Johnny. Johnny doesn't flip the scoreboard. Keon Coleman can flip the scoreboard in an instant. And then I would tell you the interception, Renardo Green's interception over Jaden Daniels in the second half. Peace out. This is about to be goodnight, Irene. That interception. I know people will point to the goal line stand. I got you. I'm telling you, I think that interception was lights out.
It was. The goal line stand, though, given how, bemoaned Adam Fuller was, the defense was for stretches last year.
First play of the game, they 60 yards. Yeah.
They have an alignment issue. Yeah, but that response there, Adam's quote coming out of that game was awesome. He said, they love their receivers, and I know they want to be in man-to-man, but we love man-to-man too. And it's like, oh, man, he knows what he's got. But there was also the Bethune hit in that game. Like, the Deloach sack fumble
that's the number 1 play of the year.
Is the number 1 play of the year. But the defense is around a whole lot of the plays of the year, and I don't think we would have expected that before the season commenced.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Yeah, the Deloach sack against Clemson when the game is in balance is, this is the whole thing. If they score there, good night, thanks for playing. You lose to Clemson again, and we're talking about an ungodly streak. And, the angst we would have right now thinking about next year's game, so you
Platinum Bohica at the time, yeah.
Yes, that's ridiculous. So, yeah, man, that play is unreal. There's several big defensive plays. Florida State came up big on defense in the second half of the Miami game after they were running all over us. So the defense really is the one that salted that away in the second half.
Yep. No, yeah, they got fingerprints over this whole thing. They often held the fort down in order to get. Look, even the Duke game, they put that game on ice down the stretch. Just get the ball back to Jordan. He was in a good rhythm. They were all over the place. I hope he celebrates with a delicious chicken sandwich from a local place here that I don't know that many people know about, but the Jeff Cameron Show mentions every once in a while.
So Zaxby's is a special place. It holds a special place in our hearts and our stomachs. And I'm wondering, Tom, if part of the reason that Adam Fuller re-signed with Florida State is the number of Zaxby's he has access to right here in Tallahassee. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you think about it, could he go somewhere else where he could maybe make some more money? You know, there are rumors out there that Texas A&M had shown an awful lot of interest in bringing him in. Elko wanted to bring in Adam Fuller, and I'm sure Adam Fuller would have to listen. They have a lot of money. But at the end of the day, when he sat down and he broke out that map, he saw 102 Zaxby's in Tallahassee. He didn't see a single Zaxby's out in the middle of nowhere at Texas A&M. He said, I can't do that. I mean, how much is that worth to me? I mean, that's a lot of money. It's so good. And you really can't buy happiness. So if you have happiness, thanks in part to Zaxby's and the access to 102 of them here in Tallahassee, what's the price tag? So you're going to get 1 point whatever here, get 1 point whatever up there, but I get Zaxby's here, and they've been a proud Golden Chief supporter booster for over 18 years. Forget about it. I'm staying here thanks to Zaxby's.
I think I could just see a billboard for Zaxby's in town with Adam Fuller on it. I think it fits. I know he's from the north, and Zaxby's is more of a southern chain.
Holding a sandwich?
Yeah. Doesn't it fit? I think it works.
I think Zaxby's should pay me a lot of money and put me on a billboard.
With Adam Fuller.
With Adam Fuller. The two of us with our sandwiches. That's the best investment Zaxby's ever made. Me and Adam Fuller eating a sandwich. I would love it. Yeah, all right, Zaxby's. All right, we got to talk to Ingram Smith, CEO, Battles In, set to join us next on the Jeff Cameron Show. Big news coming your way.
I have been in the operating room most of my career, watching people have orthopedic surgery, watching people get knees replaced, hips replaced, shoulders fixed, and I knew there had to be a better way.
That's Dr. Daniel Zuckerman, a medical director for QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in non-invasive regenerative treatments for pain relief.
I see so many people who could have been helped before they got to the operating room if only they had known about regenerative medicine.
QC Kinetics, a natural alternative that uses your body's own healing properties to help restore and repair damaged joint tissue, providing long-lasting relief without drugs, surgery, or downtime.
Well, it feels great when I do get to see somebody who we help, who I know I kept out of the operating room. It's amazing how we change people's lives without surgery.
Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 850-391-4280. That's 850-391-4280. 850-391-4280.
Warning, the following Zaxby's ad may contain messaging upsetting to Philadelphians. Zaxby's took the iconic Philly sandwich, the quote-unquote perfect Philly sandwich, and made it perfecter by putting fried chicken on it. That's right, fried chicken on a Philly. And while Philadelphia might find it offensive, you can find it at your local Zaxby's. Finally, the Philly done right. Woo, sausage! Zaxby's.
The perfect gift under the tree this year is a new spa or hot tub from Pinch A Penny Pools and Spas. There's nothing like resting your jolly old soul in the spa after a long, stressful day. And it's the gift that keeps on giving all year long. Heat up your holiday with the end-of-year sale going on now at Pinch A Penny Pools and Spas. During the month of December, go to our new website, TallahasseeHotSpring.com, and fill out the contact form to receive an instant $1,000 off coupon towards the purchase of a Hot Springs hot tub. Get in touch now before this deal ends. Also, take advantage of up to $6,200 off select High Life models and get a free accessory with purchase of your new Hot Springs spa with affordable financing for qualified buyers. Come see Cameron. Visit TallahasseeHotSpring.com or check us out on Facebook or Instagram. That's TallahasseeHotSpring.com. Coupon cannot be combined with any other offer. Come see us for the end-of-year sale. Happy holidays.
A cup of Joe, Java, brew, go-go beans, brain water, liquid lightning, wakey juice, whatever you call your cup of coffee, you're missing out if it's not Grassroots Coffee. At grassrootscoffee.com, you'll find an easy way to order the best roasted coffee beans available. It's very simple. Choose the blend you want and how you want it ground, and the bag you receive will have the date your beans were roasted and packaged on it, all written by hand and signed by the roast master himself. You'll know that's as fresh as it gets. You can get Grassroots outside of your house also at some of your favorite restaurants in town. Next time you're out to eat, try asking for Grassroots Coffee by name because there's a good chance they will have it for you. And if you own a business, Grassroots Coffee has options to stock your break rooms with all the productivity powder your team needs. Plus, like some other options that you'll find at work, Grassroots Coffee actually is a part of our community. Get to grassrootscoffee.com today and get yourself a treat. Some locally owned, locally roasted, and locally loved Grassroots Coffee.
We all want more energy, more strength, more results. Well, welcome to Orange Theory Fitness as you take a step towards feeling more alive today. Backed by science, Orange Theory's heart rate monitored workout is scientifically designed to keep heart rates in a target zone, spiking metabolism and increasing energy. Orange Theory Fitness is a one-of-a-kind group personal training workout resulting in more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours. Experience a more vibrant life today with Orange Theory Fitness. To find out more, go to orangetheoryfitness.com.
The Jeff Cameron Show is a production of the Warchant.com Multimedia Network. Check out Warchant.com.
Last time I saw this gentleman on your screen, we were celebrating a Florida State victory over Louisville. Good night, Ingram. Good night. It was a lot of fun. Today's a lot of fun. Right now, you're a busy man. I can see. I know that location anywhere. That's Hotel Indigo, buddy.
Indeed it is. Yes.
He is the CEO of the Battle's End. His name is Ingram Smith, and he joins us now on the Jeff Cameron Show. Ingram, I wanted to get you on really quickly. It's been a whirlwind. Watching the way in which this fan base has been galvanized by the travesty that the committee perpetrated. It's all at once been really sad in the aftermath of that, but also really inspiring. First and foremost, can I ask you what the membership total is up to? How many new members? We're hearing all kinds of reports that it's been,
Sure.
over 1,000 people have joined or whatever it is in the last few days. Let's set the record straight.
Yeah, a record I'm happy to set straight. We've had more than 2,300 people. So, I mean, it's somewhere maybe 2,200, 2,300 in that area, north of 2,000. I hate what the catalyst was for it. Saturday night was legitimately one of the most fun times that I've had. And Sunday was one of the deeper punches to the gut that I can ever recall. A lot of fan bases have rallying cries and things that they're proud of. And I'm not trying to get sappy or salesy or anything else, but I don't know that anybody has a term that's more applicable than unconquered at a time like this. And it truly has been remarkable. People are angry. It's Friday and it still hurts and it still sucks. And in the pit of your stomach, you still feel like you were cheated. As a fan, as a coach, as a player, certainly. But all you can do is respond, and kudos to this fan base. Responded in an incredible fashion. I know that there's a lot of support for Seminole boosters as well, and that's a very appropriate avenue as well, and I would encourage people to give them consideration. But yeah, we've had 22 members, 2,200 people go and sign up on the website. And I reached out to you and Tom this morning because I'm thrilled to announce that, yes, we've got people that have gone up and signed up at $20 a month, $250 a month, $2,000 a month. But we had a gentleman reach out, and this is truly an anonymous pledge. But we have had someone reach out and pledge $500,000 in a matching gift that will run through December 20th. Any kind of one-time gift or membership will be matched up to $500,000. The drive here, of course, they started cutting the grass as soon as we started talking, Jeff. I'm sorry. But the drive here is to try to push for 5,500 members. That would put us in a space that is truly at the upper echelon of the collective game, if you want to say that, and would be incredible. So the response has been from everybody. And if you were on the fence and maybe wondered if you're, $20 a month or whatever else would be impactful, one, I can promise you it already was. And that the people who really push this thing forward want the whole fan base to be behind it. And that has been the case since day one. We've never tried to make this a a country club or "Oh, don't bother us if you don't have this" or whatever else. It was truly an attempt to gather and inspire the whole fan base. And again, I hate what the catalyst was that did that, but the response has been incredible, and that incredible response has continued today with a pledge that is the largest gift that we've ever received, that comes outside of the core two people who have fueled and funded this thing. So it's a transformational moment for us, and we certainly hope the fan base realizes the opportunities that a gift like this has, what it can mean moving forward. And we're gonna act within the rules. We're gonna do all the things that we need to do, but we will be a force. People will know we're around, and we're real excited to keep going about doing business in the manner that we have for the first year that we've been in the space.
It's incredible, Ingram. We've watched all of this grow. I appreciate the fact that we've had, we've had a seat right here on the sideline watching this play out and in real time, and it's been incredible. I know you and I, we were talking on Saturday night, and we were talking about what the possibilities are going forward, and we won't get into details now, but it's just incredible to hear you announce on this show that we've got an anonymous donor up to $500,000. What that tells me, in no uncertain terms, everybody, if you were thinking about signing up, well, do it, because I know that, we don't usually lobby on the show and do things like that. But I mean, honestly, the Seminole faithful are devastated by what happened. And the real ultimate form of, retaliation is to live well and to be strong. And what this does is enable Florida State to be one of, if not the strongest collectives in all of college football. And we know what that means. We all know what that means. What an interesting time, too, Ingram, for you to get this news. It's crazy every year, but it's crazier now as we watch this all play out and what Florida State's possibilities are in regards to this recruiting class, in regards to the portal. What a shot in the arm, right?
Yeah. Well, Coach Norvell will go out and keep being Coach Norvell, and his staff will be and continue to build upon, their area of focus and the type of consistent energy that he brings that I believe is unique and unrivaled. We're happy to assist Coach Norvell and his staff and the other sports that we work with in the best way that we can. And this week has given us the ability to do so in a manner that, maybe we hadn't otherwise thought possible. I'll give credit to my team. There were a lot of weekends that, these guys and ladies worked very hard, and, maybe we didn't see the response that we thought we'd see after a win over Clemson or a win over Miami or whatever it is. But the work had been put in, the consistent effort to try to get in front of the fan base. And ultimately that resulted in, when this great injustice occurred, we were at least in people's mind, and, the seed was planted. And I think a lot of people who maybe had thought about joining the Battle's End for a month or 2 months or whatever, that was the catalyst that it took. So nothing's going to undo Sunday. It's a pain that we're all going to have in our stomach. But I salute everybody from, foot soldier. Trust me, we want you to sign up. Doesn't matter the level, but whether it be $19 a month or whether it be this family that's pledged $500,000, we all know what our own abilities are and what we have from a resource perspective. But the involvement and the engagement has been spectacular, and couldn't be more proud to be associated with this fan base.
Ingram, appreciate you taking the time. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. I'll see you around, brother. Be good.
I'll try to fire up a weed eater here or a blower or something just to finish off this interview in the most appropriate fashion possible. Thank you for having me, my man.
Yeah, be good. Ingram Smith, CEO, The Battle's In. The news is we got a donor matching up to $500,000 The Battle's End, and we know what that means. We know that this will directly impact the Florida State football program for the good. Ingram reached out this morning and said, hey, I got big news. I'd love to share it on the show. And why wouldn't we? Because this is a show that covers all things Florida State, amongst other things. But that is an amazing donation for a time at a time, frankly, where Florida State is competing at the highest level. We all know what happened, but again, I think the ultimate revenge is to be great. It's just to continue to be great, and the best way to do that is through roster retention and to be able to build upon what you've already done in the portal, and just go from there and make it impossible to ignore moving forward. And sustained excellence is in the modern game of college football is not just great coaching and great players and getting it done on Saturday afternoons. It's also outside the lines. It's and what I mean by that is outside the field of play. It is having a strong collective, and Florida State's fortunate. The Battle's in appears to be the strongest, if not the strongest, certainly in the conversation of all the collectives. Jeff Cameron Show, 93.3 Real Talk Radio, Warchant TV.
What do you need tires on? Your car or truck, tractor or heavy equipment? At Nice Tire and Auto Service, we have tires for all of these needs. And we service your vehicle from air conditioning and computerized alignment to oil changes and everything else under the hood. Call Nice Tire and Auto today at 574-4100. That's 574-4100 for your scheduled maintenance. National accounts welcome at Nice Tire and Auto Service, 4792 Bluntstown Highway, just west of Capitol Circle.
So everybody knows, Eddie, that you are a spectacular cook. Of course they know that. If they go into Bumpa's, the food is always good. I mean, everything on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
Everything at Gordo's is delicious. I always, of course, get the bungalow chunglo, as I call it.
The bungalow chung, Jeff.
Is that what is the pork?
The bungalow chung, Jeff.
Okay, the bungalow chunglo. It's delicious. All of these things, all the items, everything you do, a master cook. But, sir, I would ask you, what is a skill that you possess that you're particularly proud of that nobody would know and that you could share with us here?
Growing hair, Jeff. Growing hair.
You're an asshole. Gordo's, bringing the flavor and flair of Cuban food to Tallahassee since 1996.
Welcome back to the Jeff Cameron Show, sponsored by Legendary Home Loans, a mortgage experience designed around speed, simplicity, and customer service. Before you buy your next home, contact.
Welcome in another edition of Coach Speak. Good times to be had by all, brought to you by our friends at Artesia Water, of course. Check it out, artesiawater.com. I'll get to more of that when I damn well feel like it.
Yeah.
There's Ira, there's Corey. I'm Jeff. Good to be with you. Ben producing as always. All right, let's get straight to it. I love the clips. I want to see them right off the bat. Ben, let's go. Fire it up, baby. Who do we got?
I was kind of worried that we weren't going to have a whole lot of content because there weren't a whole lot of press conferences last week, of course, with it being conference championship week. But I struck gold, and I texted Ira at like midnight last night. I hope I didn't wake him up. But new Indiana coach Curt Cignetti is full of gems. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you 3 separate clips throughout the show. We're going to start with his opening statement from when he was hired. And
guys, we could do the whole show with Curt Cignetti.
Where is he? Is he the James Madison
yes,
coach?
Yes,
he was.
And
he got hired at Indiana now.
He's unbelievable.
All right,
I love
sweet.
me some Cignetti. Let's go.
I left a great job that I could have retired in with a contract through 2030 and won a lot of football games. But sometimes you got to make hard decisions in life. This was a hard decision for me.
That's what you want to hear from your...
Because you've got to be uncomfortable to grow, and I'm too young to stop growing. So this is an exciting opportunity at a prestigious university in the top football conference in the country, and there is no reason why we can't be successful, pack the stadium, and be a source of pride to the entire university and town and state of Indiana, town of Bloomington, state of Indiana. Okay? We're going to change the culture, the mindset, the expectation level, and improve the brand of Indiana Hoosier football. There will be no self-imposed limitations on what we can accomplish.
Okay.
It'll be a day-by-day process that is hinged on being focused on the present moment and improving as much daily as possible to put yourself in the best position tomorrow. It's how we do everything as coaches, players, everybody in the organization. And there is one leader, and he's standing here. I am standing, I believe. Still standing. Okay? In that building, and it's me. And everybody follows that lead. And that's one of the keys to success, is we have everybody thinking alike. All right? So we have a blueprint and a plan that has been successful, proven to be successful, and no reason it shouldn't be successful again. We're knocking all kind of things out today. All right? And looking forward to getting to work. So with that, questions.
So the first is, I would ask him if he had the Glengarry leads.
Oh,
yeah.
Does he have the leads? Because I mean, we can't sell real estate without those leads. We're gonna come on, my man.
Coffees for closers.
Yeah.
There's a combination of a like 7th grade shop teacher vibe, but also the 70s, I don't know, Rockford Files vibe. And you'll see throughout there are so many clips as you go on that are incredible, but he came from James Madison, but he acts like these losers in Indiana are so lucky to be graced by his presence. It's really incredible. The other ones are better.
Pointed out that his suit doesn't fit.
Right.
Yeah, he should have been like, "Is this my beautiful house? Is this my beautiful wife?" Like, yeah, that's a talking head suit from the early '80s. But like Ira's right. Like he was talking as if after every sentence the room was supposed to erupt in applause. He kept waiting for applause.
Yeah.
Like, what? Where's it? Why aren't y'all applauding me?
Can you believe these guys?
Yeah, I mean, but he was talking as if these were pearls of wisdom. That he wanted he gave everybody a second to let it wash over them what he was saying. And it's like, man, you're coming across, like Ira said, you're coming across as like a middle school teacher, man. Like, this is it's a weird vibe with him. He might be awesome. Maybe he turns Indiana into a juggernaut. I can't imagine that dude in a living room recruiting anyone with even 2 stars next to their name, because he gives off weird vibes. Maybe that's just how he is in a press conference.
Yeah, once you get a bigger taste of him, I think you'll get a feel for what he's really bringing to them. And yeah, by the end of it last night, I texted Ben that the over/under is 40 kids going in the portal this week.
Oh, good.
Dude, Signetti's a bad cop, and the whole city knows it.
Yeah.
That's who that guy is right there.
That's what it is. He seems like the guy. He seems like the cop.
Yeah.
That when the movie starts,
yeah,
he's like, "Oh, this is a good guy. He's the guy that's going to get to the bottom of this. He's the old wily veteran that's going to take the rookie under his wing." No, he's the corrupt one. He's the corrupt one.
Very corrupt for a long time.
Yeah,
long time. He wears baggy suits, so you're not onto him.
Right.
But he's been stashing the money for years.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, that's the money for years. Go ahead, Ben. What do we got next?
Hey, this is going to be a fun one because we've got a blend of college basketball coaches in here as well. So this is Kentucky coach John Calipari after the Cats lost to UNC Wilmington last week.
Yeah,
it's a toughie.
You kind of mentioned to the point of the season where it's a week between games. Other than staying in front of your man, guarding the ball, what are 1 or 2 things that this team really needs to work on over this next month?
Well, we got to make sure we don't revert back to holding the ball. That's you have coaches calling me, "I love watching your team." If they watch this game, they did not love watching this team. So what was the difference? I mean, we could say it was one guy, but I'm saying, like, all of it, why did we do that? Sometimes you got to stick your hand in the fire and get burned to know, I don't like this feeling. I was saying in huddles, "You having fun? I'm not having fun. Why won't you pass it to each other?" We had post-ups available, and a guy drove it and tried to shoot it, turn it over. Like, what? But that's what happens with young teams. And like rebounding, there were 3 plays. Again, it's our game. Guy shoots a ball, and we don't block out. We turn and run to the rim. It bounces over the guy's head and 1. Very next play, the same thing. The guy blocks out like that instead of meeting him in and 1. and he gets his 4th foul. I mean, those are all correctable. But again, that's a good team. I got to give it to them. And I knew it. I told them prior to the game, after watching the tape, I'm like, why are we playing this game? But that's part of what this team will go through. Now, you guys know we can play with anybody in the country, and we can lose to anybody in the country. And we'll play the right way. We get better defensively. We rebound. We'll be fine. Said you can't do it with young guys. Well, we've kind of done it with young guys. But staying in front of the ball now, you may have had a player on my team that was your favorite player in the history. If he got beat 17 times on straight line drives, I can go down the line. It wasn't just one guy now. And we just got to get better at it.
I want to go back to the beginning where he talked about sometimes you got to put your hand in the fire to let it burn.
Yeah.
I mean, do people? That's the saying is like a kid, right? A child.
Yeah, he touches the
touch
stove.
the stove.
Mhm.
I don't think. I mean, I don't know who's putting their hand in fire.
Well, dumb kids. Kids that haven't been taught that stove lesson.
Yeah.
Those kids that were raised by wolves that didn't know what fire is.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
By the way, I always thought even if a kid couldn't talk or really was struggling, that as their hand got closer to the fire, they'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, this doesn't feel right.
I don't feel like I wanted to go any further. I don't want to put my hand all the way in that thing.
Not if you're a Kentucky basketball player. You're like, oh, what is this? What's going on?
Put a face in it.
Why does it smell so bad? Is my flesh burning?
I like that he admitted, why are we playing this team?
Yeah. What is going on? This is ridiculous. This is Kentucky. This should be a cakewalk. And he also said these are the problems you have with a young team. I bet he must have been able to say that for the last 15 years at Kentucky. All they do is have young teams at Kentucky.
They're all one and dones.
When was the last veteran team they had at Kentucky? The mid-'80s? Yeah.
Transfer.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. It's crazy.
No, that's my favorite part. It's a young team. It's a young team of 5 stars paid $1 million. I mean, they're all NBA players.
Jamal Mashburn was the last veteran player.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that team that lost to Leitner. That was the last veteran.
Ford's out there shooting threes.
Yeah.
So it's like this goes back a ways. All right, Ben, what do we got?
I feel like we missed out on a bunch of gems from Miami of Ohio head coach Chuck Martin, just because Miami of Ohio doesn't have press conferences usually on their YouTube. So this is after they won the MAC championship over Toledo, and this was a minute of his opening statement in which he rambled on for 5 minutes and didn't stay on one topic for longer than 20 seconds.
Nice. Good stuff. This is good. I like this.
Like, coming here is fun. Like, this crowd, this element, Ford Field, every time somebody, their side's going, our side's going, like, every call, everybody's mad about everything, everybody's on the edge. Just like, all the games are fun, all the practice fun, but it ain't like this. This is why I do this. To have chances, to have moments like this in life, because as you get older, and these guys will figure it out 30 years, it took me a long time. I was in my 40s, I was still a dumbass kid, and but now it's about the memories, and it's the moments, and it's a journey, and and it gets harder now in life with all the stuff that's going on outside, like who you're with, the people you're with, and the moments you have. And you get a moment, they presented a moment for me. I got to coach a game like this, and then they're singing "Proud to be an American," and the place is going crazy. And we're honoring the servicemen. I'm thinking, I get to coach football because these guys, like, why are we not giving these guys a standing? Like, this is life, guys. We're worried about all the things that don't matter, like in life, like the servicemen privilege. So you guys can be reporters, and you can sit and have a stupid press conference, and we can win it, And then these guys battle their tails off. So I was so happy all week because I'm like, this is why I do this. Like, I love these games, and they're hard to get to. They're hard to get to. Win or lose, like it's every play. It's like. And Toledo played their tail off. No one deserved to lose today. Like, no one deserved to lose 4 weeks ago and we lose. So that's my soapbox. You guys ask questions.
Holy mackerel. You think he's like that all the time?
Ooh, I think so. We've only had a couple clips from him this year, and he's always been crazy.
That is wild.
The reaction from the players makes me think that it's like he's like that all the time.
Like, oh, you guys are finally getting to see.
You're getting to see
the guy
what
on the
we
far
deal with.
left. Was just
kind
of laughing and smiling and looking around like this is what we deal with.
It's like when you're, when you're in middle school and your dad goes on one of his rants he's a long-winded story and you're like, wrap it up, Dad, wrap it up, please. This is embarrassing. My friends are here.
Right.
That was Chris Farley in a van down by the river.
That was, I mean, and he also, but also on speed. I mean, no human being. That was Jimbo Fisher's never talked that fast. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
That was wild. And
it was. I was going to say it was probably. So we watched that. That was a minute. He didn't finish his sentence. I don't think.
No.
He really legitimately didn't finish a sentence. They were all ellipses from one thought to another. And I bet no thought lasted more than 9 seconds, except for the serviceman one that I think he ends up saying that all the servicemen out there battled their tails off.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not how we talk about soldiers. They battled their tails off like they're college football. But maybe he was talking about his football team.
I just wanted him to start going like this.
Yeah.
Just over and over again.
I mean, that was well, look, he was excited. He was still all jacked up from the game.
I kind of like him, though. He doesn't
flowing.
like some of these guys come on here. We're like, that's not a likable dude. That's just likable.
No, he's definitely likable. Yeah. He's definitely likable. And I could see being excited for the moment. Yeah, it's winning. It's great, man. You won your championship, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
But also, how do you ever communicate? I mean, there's no way he communicates like that. Because who would ever? I mean, how could they understand what the hell he's telling them to do?
Think about that guy in a living room.
Perfectly. Yeah. How does he communicate?
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe he's like really measured and soft-spoken in every other setting. He just got way jacked up.
Come on in, Corey. You got some questions for me? Come on in, buddy.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah,
what
exactly.
Like, talk about today, Corey.
Yeah, but when he gets it after a big win, he can't stop. He's all over the place. Because you can't imagine that energy, like in a living room, talking to a recruit. How could that? Thanks for the apple pie and oh, what'd you all watch on TV? And oh, who's that? Is that a butterfly? Like, do you want to play football? I love football. Like that's what would be the whole recruiting spiel.
Coach, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Yeah, please. So it's 2 a.m, Coach. We haven't got to ask you a question about your university.
Yeah, that's where I think he must have been turned to like 78 RPM today because maybe he's always 45. Like maybe he's always kind of fast.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine he's always like that because
we have young viewers and listeners.
Nobody knows what the hell I was talking about and why he randomly selected the 2 numbers 78 and 45. You and I know because it's a record player. But
the old people who have seen a phonograph understand that reference.
Yeah, Thomas Edison. Oh, Edison up in here.
So, and really, if we're going to clarify Ira's point, it's a 33, and he's always at 45. But today it was a 78.
Right.
The people that got it didn't need the explanation.
Right. The people that don't get it, we don't care.
Ben's like, what's 33, 45, and 78?
I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's from black and white TV days.
Yeah. Put that segment in black and white, Ben.
Hey, fans, our partner ISF Inc. is a national management and IT consulting firm located right here in Tallahassee, Florida, solving the future for state governments through strategy, process, and technology. As a trusted advisor for state governments, ISF knows the importance of defining a clear and detailed strategy. Our friends at ISF can help your organization create a strategy that sets you on a path to success. ISF, your vision plus our expertise brings your brilliant ideas to life. Visit ISF.com to learn more. ISF, solving the future.
Widden Glass has been taking care of business since 1945. When you call Widden Glass, you're dealing with experienced, reliable professionals who offer only the best. Like Widden's top-of-the-line bath enclosures that provide style and luxury at an affordable price. Eye-catching storefronts are a specialty at Widden Glass. We'll help you design it and install it. Widden Glass, the first name in glass replacement. Call 222-5781.
Orthopedic pain and injury deserves effective treatment options now, so you feel better fast. Whether you have joint pain that won't injury, we are the specialists to get you back on your feet. And there's only one thing better than fast care: expert care. We believe you deserve both. TOC, only experts. Learn more at teamtoc.com.
We all want more energy, more strength, more results. Well, welcome to Orange Theory Fitness as you take a step towards feeling more alive today. Backed by science, Orange Theory's heart rate monitored workout is scientifically designed to keep heart rates in a target zone, spiking metabolism and increasing energy. Orange Theory Fitness is a one-of-a-kind group personal training workout resulting in more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours. Experience a more vibrant life today with Orange Theory Fitness. To find out more, go to orangetheoryfitness.com.
I'm Greg Tish, and I want to share one of my favorite TCC alumni stories. It's been almost 30 years since Charlie Ward led the 1993 FSU football team to its first national championship, won the Heisman, and became the first Heisman winner to play in the NBA. But did you know, like thousands of students before and since, he started his college career at TCC? We are proud to call Charlie Ward one of our own. Today, he serves on the TCC District Board of Trustees, so you might even get to see him around campus.
TCC thanks our community for 58 years of support. We look forward to moving into the future together.
There's fun to be had every night at the Corner Pocket. Take-home prizes on Trivia Tuesdays and Beer Bingo Thursdays. And kickstart your weekend with Martini Fridays. Plus, happy hour runs every weekday and game day specials every time the Noles take the field. Watch all the best games at the Corner Pocket's Vegas Wall, featuring 560 inches of flat-screen TV heaven.
Oh, really?
The best food, the best drinks, and the best place to watch all the games. Tallahassee loves the Corner Pocket.
Coming up next, more of the Jeff Cameron Show. Live and local on Real Talk 93.3. WVFT, Greta, Tallahassee.
It's Macy's one-day sale now with great deals of the day on gifts we love, like 60 to 65% off warm and stylish coats for everyone, 35 to 70% off fine jewelry she'll adore, and 75% off holiday decor for a cozy, welcoming home. Best of all, everyone gets $10 Macy's money for every $50 spent. Learn more at Macy's.com/Macy's money. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
Omaha steaks are a favorite around the Musburger household. I would like to tell you that we send them as gifts to everybody, but the truth is, we eat them. That's how delicious they are. Oh, those butcher's cut filet mignons, the mouth-watering burgers. Oh, even a gourmet jumbo frank for Santa on Christmas Eve. You can't beat it. 50% off site-wide and save an additional $30 when I use the promo code VSIN. OmahaSteaks.com.
Your friendly neighborhood bar and grill just got a whole lot closer to home. You can now order delicious Smitty's Tap House and Grill for delivery directly to your doorstep. Just visit Smitty'sTapHouse.com, click the Order Online button, and choose pickup or delivery. Enjoy Smitty's famous handmade pretzel with beer cheese, juicy pub burger, or even the amazing schnitzel sandwich, delivered fresh right to your doorstep. Support local and order online today for takeout or delivery at Smitty'sTapHouse.com, where everybody knows his name.
When you need a plumber quick, how long is an acceptable time to have to wait?
Yeah, hey, it's the Millers again. Just calling you about our little plumbing problem.
2 hours?
Hey, we were hoping you can get here soon because the water is getting really bad. I mean, please hurry.
4 hours?
I know you said you were on your way, but, honey, tell the kids to tread water.
8 hours?
Don't worry about us. We're fine.
At M&L Plumbing, you'll never have to wait long for quality, dependable service, right when you need it. At M&L Plumbing, we listen to our customers, and our qualified technicians aim to achieve 100% customer satisfaction. So the next time you need plumbing work or repairs, think of the name M&L Plumbing, your local plumbing experts, commercial or residential. Give us a call, 850-575-9393, or visit us online at mndlplumbing.com. M&L Plumbing, for all of your plumbing needs.
Hey, no fans, our partner ISF Inc. is a national management and IT consulting firm located right here in Tallahassee, Florida, solving the future for state governments through strategy, process, and technology. As a trusted advisor for state governments, ISF knows the importance of defining a clear and detailed strategy. Our friends at ISF can help your organization create a strategy that sets you on a path to success. ISF, your vision plus our expertise brings your brilliant ideas to life. Visit ISF.com to learn more. ISF, solving the future.
Broadcasting live from Florida's capital city, this is the Jeff Cameron Show, brought to you by Orange Theory Fitness on Real Talk 93.3. Now, stop what you're doing And listen closely. It's time for the Jeff Cameron Show in 5.
You and I love to pay attention to the way that I guess PR is rolled out. You know, the Jeff Cameron Show PR firm has been obviously something that is associated with this show for 20 plus years. And usually it's reserved for the moments in which somebody says something absolutely absurd, a player, a coach, whomever, and then they need our help, Tom. They need our help. They need us to come in and save the day. A lot of times I've said over the years, it's an apology. It's just a straightforward owning of the moment, and apologizing is all that's necessary. But we have placards for all occasions. And this one's a little different because I caught, you know, Tom, there's no offseason in baseball. You know that. This guy here is always checking on things, the winter meetings, all of it. I want to know which low-grade, $100,000 a year free agent the Pirates are going to sign. I got to know who's going to be that, situational arm we bring into the bullpen in the offseason. And in doing so, I caught two teams doing the exact same thing rather stupidly and not understanding what time of year it is and the need to have your finger on the pulse of a fan base. So let me introduce to you a different kind of PR blunder. The Cardinals tweeted out that they had a big announcement coming. And right now we're in the midst of the Shohei Ohtani sweepstakes, of course, and that is a all-time classic organization, admittedly, one of the great ones in baseball. And so their fans see a tweet from the Cardinals that says, big announcement tomorrow, 7 a.m. And I thought, are you kidding me? The Cardinals are going to get Shohei Ohtani, son of a bitch. I was furious. I don't want to see that guy in my division. I already hate the Cardinals, and I really like Shohei Ohtani. So I thought, no, just keep running and kicking me in the testicles, sports world. I've got golf falling to pieces around me on the PGA Tour. Their best player just left for a terrorist organization. And then I've got this going on over it. I'm just thinking what could get worse? Well, a few minutes later, I see a tweet from the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland Guardians, right? Big announcement. Huge news. It's on their Twitter feed. Big announcement tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. And I think, maybe Cleveland stole Shohei Ohtani just in the nick of time. And they're trolling the St. Louis Cardinals, who strangely had the exact same tweet. And so today I was very eager to find out what was the big announcement, because I woke up at 5 this morning like I always do, and I thought, in a couple hours, we're going to get an announcement about Shohei Ohtani. He's going to sign with either Cleveland or St. Louis, and one thinks the other is wrong, and they've got competing tweets, and this fan base and these fan bases must be on edge. So this was the big announcement from St. Louis, which also turned out to be the same big announcement from Cleveland, and that was that come July the 6th in St. Louis and July the 30th in Cleveland, you can get your tickets for Def Leppard and Journey.
Oh, my God.
Dude. July the 6th in St. Louis, it's Def Leppard and Journey. And in Cleveland on July the 30th, it's Def Leppard and Journey. But by the way, they won up the Cardinals. They added heart to the ledger.
Oh, my God. So this is a segment where I'm happy to be here to bask in this moment that nobody in either front office said, whoa, hey, promotions, what are you doing? What? No. Have you ever heard of net negative? Have you ever heard of net negative?
Oh, my God. That is so good. I laughed my ass off this morning.
I wish Millar was producing this segment for the Journey part, because he'd say, what's the problem? That's a great idea.
That is a huge announcement, Jeff. They were right to tweet that out. They were right to tease this. Unbelievable. Yeah, you go look at their Twitter feeds. They may have pulled it, but it's don't miss Def Leppard Journey at Busch Stadium on Saturday, July the 6th. And you can get tickets on December the 15th. Cleveland Journey and Def Leppard announced the summer stadium tour coming to Progressive Field. Sign up for pre-sale tickets now. And then they said at the bottom, and now Hart.
Dude. So what that means, since they're so similar, is the promotions department for the booking company, or for lack of a better term, said this is your rollout. This is how you're going to roll it out.
Copy and paste.
Well, here's another person who should be on this segment is Matt Britton, because I'm sure he appreciates this. Your boy who worked for the Marlins, and he's been a Tallahassee radio guy in the past as well. But there had to have been an intern in both of those promotions departments who were like, guys, this ain't going to work. But they're not valued. Their opinion's not valued yet.
It's awful. I mean, the Cardinals at least certainly think that they're in the running for Shohei Ohtani. I mean, that's an arrogant organization that thinks they're God's gift to baseball. So
he's not going to St. Louis.
Of course he's not. But my point is, they wouldn't think that. They would think, oh, well, he would be honored to be here in St. Louis. Now, here's the thing. Even if you think that, whatever, timing is everything. We're at the height of the winter meetings. There are deals going down left and right. Every headline in baseball is about where's Ohtani going to sign and for how much. How does that tweet get out? Somewhere along the way in the chain of command, somebody had to have been like, yeah, I like it. Good job. People are going to be pumped about Hart. This is going to be good. Def Leppard 2.
Yeah, the Guardians are like, suck it, Cardinals. We've got a triple bill. But how about that the Ohtani Blue Jays thing? Like, so he met in Dunedin with the Blue Jays? Could you imagine being at, like, Bon Appetit on the water in Dunedin?
I just went because of you, and it's an incredible place. And, you look over, and there's Shohei Ohtani.
What the hell's I see Hulk Hogan over there. That's normal. He's here every Wednesday.
Yeah.
But why is Ohtani here? Is that Shohei? What's going on?
I got to be honest with you. Shohei Ohtani is probably one of a handful of athletes that I would be like a kid if I saw him. I would be genuinely excited to go and meet Shohei Ohtani. Like, we've been in this business a long time, and I've met superstars in various sports, whether it be Major League Baseball, the NFL, NBA, NHL. That's part of the job that's really cool, is that you brush up against, sports greatness all the time. And most of the time, after you've done it a few times, you're just kind of like, well, whatever. He's just a dude. He's really good at what he does, and it's pretty cool to meet him. But you're not like starstruck. You're not like, oh my God, it's Bishop or whatever. You're not freaking out like that. I think I would. I think if I saw Shohei Ohtani, I'd be like, holy hell. I mean, he's a iconoclast. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, so, the world stopped here in the last couple of days up in New York because of Soto coming to the Yankees, and so it's always on the minds up here, and for Mets fans, it's about Yamamoto. Can they go get Yoshinobu Yamamoto? And that's great. I really want that guy because he's 25. If you're going to go after ace pitchers, get him young. It's almost impossible to do. But, man, I'm telling you, it's like, what is Nick Saban worth to Alabama? What is LeBron James worth in terms of jersey sales and advertising opportunities?
Right.
There isn't a number that's too high for Shohei Ohtani in terms of the immediate impact, the marketing impact, and the legacy impact for whoever gets him. I understand he's got to rehab his arm to be able to pitch again. He is worth $750 million over a period of time.
Even if he never pitches in the same manner that he did, like let's say he's just a reliever in the future.
Closer, Shohei, the closer comes in from the out. Oh my God, that would be so cool.
Well, you could see it. You could picture something like that. I mean, he would maybe want to take less of a role, less of a burden, of pitching full time. But he's an elite hitter. Like, he's one of the best hitters in baseball. So, I mean, again, we're talking about plus numbers across the board offensively. So, he's going to hit you 40 home runs. He's going to hit close to 300. He's going to drive in over 100. And then any role he gives you as a pitcher, and then he's an international superstar. So yes, you're right. Yeah. And you would think, I mean, I'm sick to my stomach thinking he's going to go to the Dodgers, but it feels like he's going to go to the Dodgers. I don't know. We'll see.
That feels like a house result. He is apparently averse to coming to this city. But if he is in pinstripes with Juan Soto, I'm going to vomit on the spot. Like, please.
They're going to win the World Series. That's what they're going to do.
Stay with that short porch in right field. Oh my God.
He might hit 80 home runs.
at that point, I know the National League. Yeah, great. Go to the Dodgers. At that point, please do not come here to the city.
Yeah, so this is funny, by the way. Bob Nightingale reported that the Los Angeles Dodgers asked reliever Joe Kelly if he'd be willing to give up his number 17 jersey so that Ohtani could wear it. Man, Joe Kelly, can you imagine how awkward that conversation is if Joe Kelly goes, no, man, I don't care who he is. I'm keeping my number. Like, now, Joe, we will cut you on the spot. Now, this is – I'm not fooling with you now.
I'm not talking about a release, Joe. I'm talking about violence. We will cut you.
Yeah, I'm going to cut you. I'm going to physically cut you with this knife that I have at lunch. What is wrong with you, Joe? This is insane. Yeah, I mean, like, Joe Kelly. Hey, Joe, little something we wanted to ask you. Any chance you'd be willing to give up the number for Shohei Ohtani? We feel like things are going pretty well in that negotiation. He'd like to keep his number. Nah, sorry, guys, not going to do it. Okay, Joe, listen, here's your release. We're going to be moving on from you, Joe. We wish you nothing but the best in the future. I mean, that's a less than a 5-second conversation. We're done here, Joe. You're taking whatever the hell number I give you.
That's correct. Well, and it's one of those deals where you don't even negotiate. There are times when a player negotiates with another player to trade No, not for Ohtani, man.
That's got to be a bad feeling when somebody's that much better than you at the support. And they're just like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take your number. And you're going, yeah, I guess you are. Here you go, buddy. I got no retort. I got no dukes. I'm done here. That's it. That's it. Jeff Cameron Show, 93.3 Real Talk Radio, Warchant TV.
I'm Caleb. I'm the lawn supervisor at Paul's Termite and Pest Control, and I really do love my job. Paul's has created an incredible work environment that always puts our customers' needs first. Their needs are our concerns, and my particular job of improving the health of North Florida lawns is something I truly enjoy. I'm an outdoor person, and I get to be outside all day, watching the lawns run through the stages full of weeds to weedless to lush, grass-filled landscapes is very rewarding. I'm proud to represent Paul's.
I'm Jay. Having the privilege to work with people like Caleb and all of our employees is truly an honor. There is no doubt that the staff of Paul's Termite and Pest Control is the best in our industry. All of our people are local, and local really does mean something. We're North Floridians. Our kids go to school here. We shop here. We build relationships here, and we honor our commitments. To all of our customers, thanks for trusting us to protect your family, pets, and home.
For the elimination of termites, any other pests, and a greener lawn too, call Paul's. We'll get them all.
Now go call Seminole Glass. Now get on the road and get it done fast.
Hey Tallahassee, Sarah here. This El Nino heat is brutal. When it's hot, glass is soft and more prone to cracks. No need to call your insurance. Go to SeminoleAutoglass.com. Upload your policy card and request an appointment.
Hey, Sarah, what note does a B make when it hits your windshield? A B flat.
Jimmy, better call Seminole.
With tens of thousands of satisfied patients across America, it's no surprise QC Kinetics gets 5-star reviews.
I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I can recommend them highly. I would recommend QC to anybody. QC Kinetics has changed my life.
I couldn't believe it. I honestly was skeptical, but the pain went from a 10 to a 0.
Real people with real lasting relief from joint pain.
QC Kinetics Regenerative Medicine is regenerating me.
And I recommend everyone seek out QC Kinetics as an alternative to surgery.
This non-surgical approach is definitely the future.
I tell as many people as possible. I am an ambassador. I love QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine. No drugs, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 850-391-4280. That's 850-391-4280. 850-391-4280.
Give your business a facelift with a modern, consistent, creative brand overhaul from Curiosity Marketing Group. These days, it's not enough for your business just to have a standard website or a Google listing to reach your customers. Your business needs to stand out with eye-popping branding, modern web development, and strong marketing. And it takes a team to pull it all together. Words and websites matter. At Curiosity, we make the most of yours. Find out more at curiositymg.com.
I used to fight almost on a daily basis working on my business website. I'm a pretty smart guy, but I could never get it to function the way I needed it to, and I was losing customers because of it. That's when I called Curiosity Marketing. They listened, they understood, we collaborated, and in the end, they delivered beyond my highest expectations. Now, I can barely keep up with the work. They say the future belongs to the curious, and now I'm excited about the future of my business.
Find out more at curiositymg.com.
We all want more energy, more strength, more results. Well, welcome to Orange Theory Fitness as you take a step towards feeling more alive today. Backed by science, Orange Theory's heart rate monitored workout is scientifically designed to keep heart rates in a target zone, spiking metabolism and increasing energy. Orange Theory Fitness is a one-of-a-kind group personal training workout resulting in more energy, visible toning, and extra calorie burn for up to 36 hours. Experience a more vibrant life today with Orange Theory Fitness. To find out more, go to orangetheoryfitness.com.
The Jeff Cameron Show is a production of the Warchant.com multimedia network.
Hour number 2, Libations Friday rolling on. Good to be with you. Thanks for being with us. Now, let me set the stage for the hour. A couple of things here. This is being recorded at around 11 a.m. on Friday, guys. So a couple hours before we'd normally be on. Work-related stuff we got to do, Tom and myself. So we had to get content in today, but we're occupied in the 1 to 3. Give you fresh content and some older content as well. Only because on Tuesday, Seminole Headlines ran, and we had a bunch of people who were super chatting it up and doing all kinds of great things for us. And I always feel bad if we don't get those questions on the air. So we went back and did it a second bonus hour on Seminole Headlines, or bonus segment on Seminole Headlines. You're going to hear the answers to those questions coming up here shortly. So you'll get that. That was recorded on Tuesday. Also, a reminder, Tom, as we start this hour, buddy, we got a bowl here soon, don't we? Aren't we bowling like around the corner, and we're going to do a show about that?
Yes. So we'll announce on Monday a secondary element that's never been done before that we are so thrilled to bring to you. You have stepped up out there in the past for last year's hurricane relief for the American Red Cross. We've done shows now for the Second Harvest, where your generosity on Warchant TV is unbelievable. If we talk too long about it, our voice will crack and we will wilt.
No, it's awesome. It's incredible. And we're going to do it on Monday.
So now we'll announce on Monday what day. We want to promote it for a few days running up. We've got the bowling tournament Monday night for Guardian Ad Litem. But next week, one of the shows next week will be a charity show because they have gotten patched in to the YouTube donation platform at the Guardian Ad Litem of the Big Bend. It's specific to our Guardian Ad Litem. This is wonderful, wonderful news.
Well, and I want to point out, when we do that show, 100% of the donations go to the Guardian Ad Litem of the Big Bend here. That 100%. YouTube doesn't get a penny. Warchant doesn't get a penny. Jeff Cameron, Tom Lang doesn't get a penny. Nothing. It all goes there.
And it's a direct deposit. It is a direct deposit from YouTube/Google into their account. It patches straight through. If you want to know more about it, maybe you're into the 501c3 world. They are a Guide Star approved charity, which is how Google verifies that they're for real. And so there's an EIN number, all of it. It goes straight from your click into their account. It is phenomenal. And for this holiday season, we cannot wait to add this element because you've always been so generous with gift cards. This is going to help the whole year round for them. It's fabulous.
All right, so a couple of things here, and before we get to that stuff that we have coming up for you with the headliner questions and all that, my mom's picks are coming up. Monday's the bowling tournament. It's already filled out. If you guys would like to drop off a toy, because some of you do, a boy or a girl, new toy, please do. You can swing on by District 850. District 850 has hosted us before, and they've done a remarkable job. The massive bar, there's food, it's all good. Come there and drop off your toys if you'd like. You can go there now if you want. If you're listening to this, you can swing by there, and they will house the toys for you. So if that's something you want to do, or a gift card, we always stress that the kids could use gift cards big time, because the older kids, they're not getting dolls and stuff. They want to be able to go to like a Best Buy or something like that. So if you want to do gift cards, you can as well. And if you can't do either of those things, or maybe both, it's up to you. We will have that show that we're talking about right now, where you can just give as we do the show, and it goes directly deposited into their account. So we're going to be all set. And I can't encourage people more to enough to go there and hang out and have fun. So please do. All right. So without further ado, Tom, is that what we're doing? We're going straight to these headliner stuff?
After a little bit of peppering questions your way, because the season effectively is over because of those feckless people at the College Football Playoff Committee.
Done. Nice choice.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to use that part in a previous montage for the Florida game, but I didn't get that word in there. And that's what they're about. So because the season's over and the 2023 Noles, as we know them, are not playing any more games ever again, we're going to have to do questions related to the offseason, and there are a lot of pressing questions.
Feckless is an underutilized word. I think you nailed it there, buddy, because it incorporates a lot. It's not only that it's a question of your character or a lack thereof, as I understand the word to mean, but it also I've heard it used in a way to describe people who are just straight up irresponsible.
Yep, and there's shills on top of it. So feckless shills. There you go. That's a good shirt. You know what? Maybe we should feckless shills.
Well, you and I are starting to talk about doing some shirts together, Tom, and we'll roll that out here soon, guys. Maybe we will. Maybe the feckless shills of the playoff committee.
And you could create like a golden football logo that's a mock, but it's not. Yeah. Oh yeah. We've got it. We're gonna
have to do it.
That's a good shirt.
Feckless shills. Maybe we'll roll out 100 of them. Price it at like $30. Come on, guys. You want 100 feckless shills shirts? We may do it. Anyhow.
Those are our pals at the Vernon Company. Burke will do it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll roll it out proper when the time's right. We're just spitballing here. Tom and I are just spitballing on a Libations Friday. Hey, by the way, I will tell you this, since we are about to do Red Zone, and I take this very serious, and he is not feckless. In fact, he is honorable. He is intelligent. He is a man of character. I'm talking about Adam Tolliver, our fellow Nole, who, by the way, can help you plan your financial future. And we know how important it is to score in the red zone, and you want to have success in the retirement zone as well. The 5 years leading up to your retirement date and the immediate 5 years after, critical times of thoughtful planning for you and your family, and our friend, and as I said, fellow Nole, Adam Tolliver and his team at Artisan Financial Strategies, prepared to help you coach you to victory, baby. Some of us midfield, some of us down on the goal line there getting ready to retire. Either way, you need to know what to do with your money. You got to find out, hey, I can't spend all of this, or do I have enough to spend this today? Can I continue? I want to protect my family against the rising healthcare costs that are out there. I want to plan my legacy. They bring 30-plus years of planning experience, world-class resources. They do all of this at Artisan Financial Strategies. That's a good thing. Go to NoleRetirement.com. That's all one word, NoleRetirement.com. Celebrate the fact that you're about to be very responsible when you partner with really intelligent, well-meaning people who will protect your financial future. There you go, NoleRetirement.com. What are the questions, Tom? I'm kind of curious.
Welcome to the majesty.
Every freaking rep.
The elegance.
To win the game. Oh, he hits the upright. It's no good.
You have entered.
Someone burned down the funeral home. You burnt the funeral home.
Lives will be changed.
Sideline. Touchdown. Unbelievable.
Mothers will cry.
When you see your players give all that they have and you lose that way, it's tough.
Legacies are etched into eternity.
I know who I am.
North, South Dakota was his brother from West Virginia.
This is the Red Zone.
It's good to know.
Always good to hear show contributor Chris's voice. It just makes me laugh, though. That is so non sequitur, random nonsense. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's the path, it's the pattern with which these things are built, and we just call it what it is. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
By the way, you must say that the call, sideline catch, touchdown, unbelievable. It's a great call.
That's the best call, Joe Buck. I mean, Joe Buck tried to be Pat Summerall. We were just talking about the late Pat Summerall before this segment began, and Joe tried to be the understated Pat Summerall in the beginning of his Fox career. Like, he did it all the time, the understated big moment calls, and somewhere along the way he realized, you know what, emotion plays a hell of a lot better. It does.
It does. Pat Summerall is the only guy I know that ever got away with it. And it's because he had one of the greatest voices of all time. But he got away with it also because he was a former player. I don't know. There was something about that. Like he was unfazed by the grand moments of the game. But he got away with it because it was his signature. And it was fantastic. He was fantastic. So you go back and listen to those old highlights, and you're just stunned. You're like, there's a game-winning 70-yard throw and catch to go to the playoffs, and he's like, and it's going to be caught. Jesus, Pat, this kind of matters here, man. It was the best.
So one of the questions is going to involve Jeremiah Smith, but I'll save that for fourth down.
It's a big fourth down.
For fourth down. It's a big play in the game.
Mm-hmm.
First down, people are going to like this question. Over under 0.5 on-field staff changes for Florida State football's coaching staff this offseason.
Oh, boy.
We haven't even talked about this. We've been so busy with the BS of how our season ended. I wanted to get your take on it. 0.5. Will there be one change to the on-field coaching staff at minimum this offseason?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes. I'm going to go over.
How do you feel about that? Strong to quite strong, or maybe? Kind of maybe energy?
I feel it's maybe. I'm hedging a little bit. It's not. I wouldn't bet it. So
okay.
I wouldn't bet it. I'm going to go over because you asked the question and it has to be over or under. I'm going to go over. I could see a one guy leaving. Yeah, I could see that.
Yes or no, Florida State's 2024 recruiting class finishes within the top 3. We'll go on 3 industry rankings.
Well, where are we now? 4?
3. Oh, we might have dropped to 4, but it's right there. I think we're at 3.
I think it'll stay there. It'll be. Well, yes, it will land in the top 3. Yes, because I think there's another big name recruit coming. So yes.
Okay. The most imported position for Florida State. This is third down. The most imported position for Florida State through the transfer portal will be what position group?
Defensive line.
Okay. Specify that tackle end within that grouping.
I think there'll be a tackle and an end, and maybe another tackle. Yeah.
Okay. And fourth down, Jeremiah Smith. Yes or no? Did we get him?
I think so, guys. I do. I've been leaning yes for some time on this. I don't remember which show it was, Tom, but it might have been 2 weeks ago that I told everybody I was getting a good feel for that. You know, I'll allow for the fact that he could be playing Florida State for leverage with Ohio State. It's a possibility. You don't know with these kids. Nothing's certain in recruiting, and we've seen the strangest things. Obviously, we've seen Travis Hunter. We've seen all kinds of things happen that you just didn't expect. So I don't ever say anything's 100% certain when it comes to recruiting, because we know last-second deals happen. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Ohio State could be devastated and just throw a crazy amount of cash at the kid. And, I mean, I don't know that that's not going to happen, right? It could. But if it's on the up and up and the kid gets to make his own decision, I think Florida State is very competitive in that market. I think Florida State is where he wants to play. And so I'm going to lean towards, yes, I think he's part of this class. And then it becomes kind of imperative that you – probably go get another quarterback in this. you probably
all right.
Get one.
We're replaying fourth down. If you had to, you have no choice but to lay down a bet on either a coaching change or Jeremiah Smith.
I'd bet Jeremiah Smith to the Noles.
Okay. All right.
I'd bet Jeremiah Smith to the Noles. Again, we're dealing with the uncertainties of the portal and recruiting, and a lot of things happen that help dictate terms. Some of the things we're not even privy to. I know a lot behind the scenes. I try to cultivate sources that way because I don't like to follow recruiting the way that an expert like Michael Langston does. And thank goodness he's on staff to do it, because I wouldn't. And I know how important it is. So it's not lost on me that it's the lifeblood of a program. And we have expertise on the site. But I don't wake up every morning doing that, right? But I do try to cultivate sources within that industry and those that would know. And for the very reason that I need context to have conversations on the Jeff Cameron Show. And over the last several weeks, I've been talking to those people, plural, about the possibility that this kid comes here, and a lot of them feel very strongly that he will. So I'm going to fall back on that a little bit and say, yeah, I'm in.
That's a good way to segue into some headlines, Lovin'. I like it.
All right, so headline questions that we didn't get to, which will be about 10, 15 minutes worth of content, followed up by my mother, followed up by a peace out, have a great weekend. That's what's coming up next on the Jeff Cameron Show. 93.3, Real Talk Radio and Warchant TV.
Did you know metal roofs' survivability far exceeds that of traditional shingle roofs? It's time to consider a metal roof from Metal Roofing Sales of Tallahassee. We provide the best quality, least expensive material and accessories in the area, as well as material pickup and delivery. Our painted panels qualify for the City of Tallahassee's low-interest Energy Star loan program also. And don't forget about our veteran and law enforcement discount. Give Metal Roofing Sales a call today at 536-9123, 536-9123.
So everybody knows, Eddie, that you are a spectacular cook. Of course they know that. If they go into Bumpa's, the food is always good. I mean, everything on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
Everything at Gordo's is delicious. I always, of course, get the bungalow chungla, as I call it.
The Pong con lechon, Jeff.
Is that what is the pork?
The Pong con lechon, Jeff.
Okay, the bungalow chungla. It's delicious. All these things, all the items, everything you do, a master cook. But, sir, I would ask you, what is the skill that you possess that you're particularly proud of, that nobody would know, and that you could share with us here?
Growing hair, Jeff. Growing hair.
You're an asshole. Gordo's, bringing the flavor and flair of Cuban food to Tallahassee since 1996.
Welcome back to the Jeff Cameron Show, sponsored by Legendary Home Loans, a mortgage experience designed around speed, simplicity, and customer service. Before you buy your next home, contact our friend Shannon Young with Legendary Home Loans. Visit FSUHomeLoans.com. FSUHomeLoans.com.
Libations Friday certainly means a lot of things. Yay, it's Friday, but it also means it's time to talk to Mom and get to wagering. Let's get to this thing. If you would, cue it up, Director, and let's talk to Mama. All right, let's bring her in right now. Here we go, Mom. I know both of us lost last night's game, as obviously we took the Steelers. The Patriots win, so that's a loss for each. What's Mom up on me now? Is this what are you up on? I know, by the way, you laughed at me when I took Green Bay, but they beat the Chiefs.
I know. I'm up 2.
All right, good.
I'm still up 2. Well, I know, but that Green Bay team, who can figure out? I'm telling you.
This guy can. I took Green Bay.
I know. This year is a crazy year. Just when you think that, like last night with New England, you're like, surely to goodness Pittsburgh will win that game. And then that happens. And then there was another game this week. But I will say that San Fran Philly game, I thought that was a coin flip, but maybe not. I mean, Lordy, San Fran just did. That game was never close. No,
San Fran's the best team in football. They're going to dominate. I think they're going to win the Super Bowl. I think we're about done talking here. That team is awesome.
I know. Yeah, they are. So that was surprising. And at Philadelphia.
I told you home field doesn't matter in the NFL, Mom. Happens all the time.
I know, but I really thought, because I know, but I always think when they have to travel a long distance, but of course, obviously San Fran had to come to Philly. So I don't know. All of my logic goes out the window.
Well, but your logic has served you well this year. You're up 2 on me, so let's get to crack-a-lack in here and see if I can make a dent again. Let's see.
All righty.
All right, so right off the bat, I'm going to test you.
Uh-oh.
The Bucs are on the road at the Falcons, Mom.
I'm taking the Bucs. I feel like they've got to win. I mean, they've got to keep winning. I don't know if they have to win every game to just barely make it into the playoffs, but I know they got to win most of them.
Yeah, I'll take the Falcons because the Bucs suck.
Well,
and the Bucs did try to lose last week to Carolina.
They did. I know. And I just have to pick them because I feel like they've got to win. But anyway, I think that's probably a good pick.
All right. Rams at Ravens.
Ravens.
Lions at Bears.
Oh, that's a fun game. I take the Lions, Detroit.
Me too, but I think it's kind of Colts at Bengals.
Would you say Colts at Bengals?
Yep.
Yeah, that game. I don't know. Last week, that game, Cincinnati won last week, didn't they?
Yes, they did. They beat Jacksonville on Monday Night Football.
That's right. I know that. And they're playing. Who are they playing again? Did you just say Indy? That I've got it picked already, but I'm wavering now. I think I'm going to pick Cincinnati at Cincinnati.
I'm taking Cincinnati as well. The Jaguars are at the Browns.
Yeah, I think Jacksonville hopefully will bounce back. I'm taking Jacksonville.
I'm going to take the Browns. I got Cleveland.
Okay.
Panthers at Saints.
Yeah, that's not a very good game. I'm taking the Saints.
Texans at Jets.
Yeah, man, who did I take in that? See, I got to look at these because these are fresh in my mind.
You took the Texans.
I took the Texans, yeah.
Yes, you did. I did too. The Vikings are at the Raiders.
Yeah, I'm taking the Vikings.
It's a hard game.
It is.
I got to be honest with you, it's a hard game.
I know. I took Minnesota.
I'm going to take the Raiders. We got another one different. How about that?
I'm either going to be doing really good or really bad.
Seahawks at the 49ers.
Yeah, 49ers.
Bills at the Chiefs.
Oh, gosh, I've got the Chiefs. I don't know what's
happening. Bills. I'm going to take the Bills on the road to beat the Chiefs.
Are you? Okay.
Right. Broncos at Chargers.
Chargers. I know that's a hard one, but I'm just telling you, I just feel like the Chargers, it seems like Denver has a very slim chance of the playoffs. I was reading something or looking up, believe it or not, I was trying to do a little research, and I thought the Chargers need to win this game more than the Broncos.
Well, they both do, but yes, it's an ugly game, but I'll take the Chargers as well, although I think I'm going to regret it. The Chargers always do. When I pick them, they never win. So
I know.
Here you go. Here's the game of the weekend. The Eagles are at the Cowboys.
I know it. I'm taking Philadelphia. I think they're going to be mad about that game last week, and I just don't trust Dallas. I just don't.
I'm going to take the Cowboys to beat the Eagles, and that will be they will.
Are you kidding me?
No,
this is crazy.
The Cowboys will have the same record as the Eagles after that game. By the way, they'll both be 10-3. It's going to be awesome. Titans at the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Packers at the Giants.
I'm taking Green Bay.
Okay, we are set. We are loaded for bear this weekend.
Yeah, five games different.
Five games different. Here we go. This is going to be good.
That is crazy.
This will be intense. I think we've only ever had 5 a couple of times. Once we had 6, I remember one time, but it's been a long time.
I don't ever remember us having this many. I thought we might have a couple different this week. I didn't think that there was 5. Well, I'll have to look at these, but
I don't know what you're going to look at. We've made the bets. It's
I know.
You can stare at them all you want.
I know we have. Well, and I know Kansas City is not the Kansas City of like last year or whatever, but I just can't imagine. Buffalo is, I don't know. They've not.
Buffalo had Philadelphia beat, Mom. They lost in Philadelphia in overtime. They had them beat. Buffalo's good. They're just 6-6, but they're good. I think they'll play well and they'll play desperate.
Well, yeah, they probably will play desperate. But Kansas City should play desperate too. I mean,
Kansas City's 8-4. They're going to win the division. They're going to go to the playoffs either way. But yeah, it's a reach. I'm taking the underdog there, no doubt. You're not wrong to take the Chiefs. I'm not saying it's a bad pick. I'm just going to take the upset here. I think Buffalo will play for their playoff lives. If they lose this game, they're done. They have to win this game. I think they're going to play desperate. I think they're very good. They started to play better 2 weeks ago. The Eagles game had to have been heartbreaking. If they didn't have their heart ripped out of their chest and they're still able to fight, I think they'll win the game. But, we'll see which version shows up.
I know. You never know. You never know. Well, this is going to be an interesting weekend to watch.
All right, Mama. I love you. I'll talk to you soon.
I love you too. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Right, bye-bye. There's Mama. Yeah, I do think Buffalo will play hard. I do think Buffalo will play desperate. I don't know that they're going to win, but I I'll take the upset. So we've got 5 different, Tom. I can't read what that says. There it is.
Yeah, 5 different. You put me to work. You guys put me to work with the punching of the keys. Director Matthew got a break this week.
Yeah, that's so she took the Bucks, the Jags, the Vikings, the Chiefs, and the Eagles, right? Those are the 5 we have different?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That is a really, you know what? If you're going to go by who has the cooler football pencil pouch, you do not. She has the cooler football pencil pouch. So that's how I'm going to vote who wins this weekend, because those are some good NFL pencils right there.
So hold on. My pencils would be the Cowboys and the Bills. The Falcons, admittedly, brings you down. I have the Browns, which I prefer much more than the Jags pencil. And the Bengals. Oh, no, what was the other one?
Raiders. That's a good one.
I got a good pack, Tom. I think you're wrong on this.
No.
Her pack of Philadelphia, Kansas City, Minnesota. I like the Minnesota pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Her other pack with the Jags pencil ruins the whole pencil box.
That's the Falcons. The Falcons and the Jags are about in the same class of worthless pencil. But
But the Falcons logo is so much better than that goofy, stupid Jaguar on the helmet. The pencil looks cooler. If I've got a black pencil with the black logo like that, or a red pencil with the black Falcon, man, that's a good looking pencil now.
Man,
I think my pencil box is better. That Cowboys pencil is beautiful.
I don't believe that. I do not believe it.
We'll come back and wrap it up momentarily. It's the Jeff Cameron Show, 93.3 Real Talk Radio, Warchant TV.
Your heating and air conditioning system doesn't check with you before it takes a break. That's why we're always ready to help. Any day, anytime, anywhere. And with our annual service agreement, there are no overtime charges. Ever. At Verno Heating and Air, we will always be there for you.
Verno Heating and Air Conditioning.
License CAC 1816186.
The perfect gift under the tree this year is a new spa or hot tub from Pinch a Penny Pools and Spas. There's nothing like resting your jolly old soul in the spa after a long, stressful day. And it's the gift that keeps on giving all year long. Heat up your holiday with the end-of-year sale going on now at Pinch a Penny Pools and Spas. During the month of December, go to our new website, TallahasseeHotSpring.com, and fill out the contact form to receive an instant $1,000 off coupon towards the purchase of a Hot Springs hot tub. Get in touch now before this deal ends. Also, take advantage of up to $6,200 off select High Life models and get a free accessory with the purchase of your new hot spring spa with affordable financing for qualified buyers. Come see Cameron. Visit TallahasseeHotSpring.com or check us out on Facebook or Instagram. That's TallahasseeHotSpring.com. Coupon cannot be combined with any other offer. Come see us for the end of year sale. Happy holidays.
Hello, I'm Dana Brooks.
And I'm Jimmy Basic.
Traffic cameras are everywhere, providing valuable evidence if you've been in an accident.
But if you can't access that evidence, it could just be your word against theirs.
Basic Brooks is partnered with Roadproof to have access to all their traffic camera footage. If you've been hurt in an accident, give us a call and we'll find out if the proof you need is out there.
Let us find your video evidence so you can come back stronger. Call us now at 850-777-7777.
Excellence defines us, so we'll never let orthopedic pain and injury define you. TOC is a physician-led team of fellowship-trained specialists, providing the highest level of orthopedic care in the region. With 12 centers of excellence and TOC Now urgent care clinics, our patients access affordable, expert care fast. TOC, only experts. Schedule an appointment at teamtoc.com.
Warchant.com is the ultimate inside source for FSU football and recruiting. Get in on the action for free for an entire month. Warchant.com is offering a risk-free 30-day trial subscription just by entering the promo code WARCHANT30. That's War.
I want to read you a quote, Tom, and this speaks to, in a weird way, we've had a lot of opportunities today with the PR firm. Just don't do this. I just don't know why people do this, especially smart people. I do not understand this. So I don't know if you saw John Rahm's interview with whatever, Brett Baer on Fox or whatever, which is a weird rollout at 6 o'clock.
He went with Bear?
He went with Brett. I mean, what are you doing anyhow?
Boy, that's all at once like the opposite of what I'd think, and kind of appropriate as well. Interesting.
Yeah, it's just clown show. But anyhow, here we go. This is ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to read this to you. Here's what I'm talking about. I'm not even talking about, we've done this before about moral implications and who Liv is and the Saudis and none of that. Okay, this is not that. This is not that. This is what this is. This is something that should just be understood by all, and I do not understand how it's possible that it's not. But here you go. This is John Rahm just last year. All I can say is from somebody young like myself who has his entire future ahead of him, it's not a smart thing to go to Live. Again, the only appeal I see is money, right? So like I just said earlier, I think there's a lot more to be able to play for besides money. It's the PGA Tour. We have real history. There's legacy. At the end of the day, I'm in this because I want to win tournaments. I'm in this to play against the best players in the world. I asked Kelly, will our lifestyle change all that much with $400 million? No, my lifestyle wouldn't change one bit. Truth be told, I could retire right now. I've made more money than I could ever spend, and I would live a very happy life and never play golf again if I didn't want to. I've never really played the game for golf for money or monetary reasons at all. I play because I love the game and I want to play against the best, and the best are here. I've always been interested in the history. I've always been interested in the legacy of the PGA Tour. The PGA Tour has all of that. There's meaning when you win the Memorial Championship. There's meaning when you win Arnold Palmer's event at Bay Hill. That means something to you to win an event like that. It means something to win in LA at Torrey, some of the historic venues. That to me matters a lot. It matters a bunch. After winning the past U.S. Open, only me and Tiger have won at Torrey Pines, and it's a golf course that we like. Making putts on the 18th hole, it's incredible. That's a memory I'm going to have forever. That many of the people cannot say that. Certainly not those who went over there. My heart is always going to be here. That's all I can say. Okay, that is a quote a year ago from John Rahm. Yesterday in that interview, he said he wants to grow the game. Dude, don't do that. Don't do that. They sold 500 tickets to the event in Miami. Nobody's watching Live. You're not growing the game. Team golf is not the future. Don't do that. You reconsidered because the money is astronomical. Fine. But don't do that. How do you do that? How does anybody do that? I do not understand that. That is a verbatim quote. And he's got about 18 others that I didn't choose to use today. You're not on.
There we go. This is one where if I'm John, you have an out that your colleagues that went to Live last year did not. And it's simple. And if it wasn't for, the knife at your back with this particular PR wing of the Saudis, as you're speaking, whatever talking points they want you to say, if they were to listen to you, it's an easy pitch, which is, I learned last year in the underhanded backroom deal conducted by PGA Commissioner Jay Monahan without the support of the players, what this sport is now all about. And so, following the example of the commissioner who did not act with proper communication to representation of the players of the PGA Tour, I reconsidered this particular offer because it 100%. Would appear that Live Golf and the Tour are going to be uniting anyway.
Here's the thing.
End quote, you're done. You have your out. People would understand that, and I think that's the reality of what's happening. But that PR wing of that organization is so brainwashed, insane, that they can't even see that they have a brand new way to position themselves. Instead, they're dusting off the Lee Westwood, Ian Poulter book from last year and saying, read this sentence over and over and over.
So first of all, Liv failed. What is actually happening is it's the PIF. Like, this is about the PIF, the Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia. So you don't even have to mention Liv because Liv is not going to exist in 18 months. Right. We know that. It's being folded in all to your point. This is not going to be a league. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. And it's not a thing anybody cares about.
No, I think it will be a sideshow within the new organization, and there will be team golf because they gave him ownership rights to his team. So I think there's an assurance that there's going to be at least some run of this event, but it's going to be like 72-hole event, 72-hole event, this thing, 72-hole event, 72-hole event. That would be my guess.
Perhaps. I mean, they would be wise to change it and to change the name and the format. Nobody goes to those events. They don't care. I'm talking about on a big scale. I know literally there are people there. I know literally there is somebody listening who does. But you get what I'm saying. It's not even a blip on the radar. Nobody goes. Nobody watches. It's nonsense. And I just don't – you cannot – I mean, maybe I guess they could force you to say it. You won the game.
I'm sure that contract, it has to be for that type of money.
It's the dumbest talking point in the world. It doesn't grow the game. Nobody thinks it grows the game. It's not growing the game. It's literally not growing the game. Nobody is playing golf now that wasn't before because of nobody.
Hey, man, the CW hasn't been this popular since Dawson's Creek. I got to tell you, what Live Golf has done for the CW network's numbers is just absurd.
It's crazy. They did this last year when we looked at the numbers. A couple of times it didn't even show up.
Right. Yeah, it's such an easy out. And I believe in this particular instance, you know me, usually I'm the most cynical guy in the world because I grew up in the era of free agency and player strikes. Like, that's all I've known in my time being a sports fan. So I'm typically cynical. I buy John Rahm, the person. Like, I buy into him, and I like him.
That's why it's bitterly disappointing to hear him say that nonsense.
It is disappointing to hear him say that nonsense is correct. It is not disappointing to me at this point after what Monahan did last year and the announcement they rolled out on CNBC that nobody knew about in the dark of night.
No, I don't like Monahan. This isn't
his decision. His decision's not the same as the guys that made the decision last year. And he should just have said it, but this is where that organization's ridiculous. He should have just said simply, now I know how the world works. My heart was broken, so what do I care? This is why I've joined.
And if we really bring it back now, this is what I was saying earlier about, like, I like golf. I love golf. I love to watch golf. I want to see all the best players in the same events. I want to see events that have history and that week to week have cuts and 72 holes and not shotgun starts. And I want to see the game in its purest form, the way it's been measured for over 100 years. And it's just sad, man. They have bastardized the sport. This is awful. We're screwed. You're not getting the best players in the world anymore in these fields. 7 of the best players are over here screwing around with stupid team golf over 54 holes with no. It's the dumbest. We got screwed as fans. They screwed this up so bad. These players, Monahan, obviously the Saudis, despicable. Anyhow, it's just awful.
You could have rolled the Saudis into this whole thing and done so in a way that was infinitely more palatable, even though it's in a lot of levels it is not, than the way they did it. I mean, I will never forget that Monahan basically makes Rick Pitino look like Mr. Rogers at this point.
No, I know the families of 9/11.
You put 9/11 families on the dais of CBS the day after.
Yeah, of course.
That piece of human filth.
Hey,
because
he knows the Buffalo Bills coach.
Well, he can also join the PIF. Like, look, man, you are rank and file piece of trash now because those words were on national television. You garbage human being. Rick Pitino's got nothing on you. He's sanding down stools in Billy Minotti Hall. Like, dude, thou doth protest far, far too much.
No, it was awful. It was awful. It's made fools of everybody. It really the whole thing. Like, I don't know how Greg Norman hasn't been kneecapped. Somebody should take that dude out. I mean, it's awful. This whole thing. And it's funny because the people that wanted to follow and nip at the heels and praise or lap at the heels, I should say, of Phil Mickelson, somehow think like he won. Liv's not going to exist. Phil didn't win anything, and it's been embarrassing to watch. It's it's just it's the sport has been ruined, and it stinks for us as fans. It's just an awful situation.
As long as Aberg and Sagstrom win this event this weekend.
Come on, baby. Let's bring home that money. Let's go. Daddy needs new shoes. I got you. I mean, we're going to do some things on this, man. I can't wait for this weekend. It's a big event, Tom. That's what I'm relegated to now. I'm just going to gamble my ass off on golf and just pick and choose these things, and I'll start watching the Italian Open. I don't care at this point.
The other part is, what they might do is run concurrent, like a live event, the same time that they run a qualifier. Those qualifiers are going to be real, man, because that's people playing for their career. That's going to be more compelling television than a shotgun start team event. Yeah.
Shotgun start team event. Good Lord. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Good times. Relax. Army, Navy, baby. Army, Navy. Let's go, Army. Let's go, Army. T. Lizzie, good to see you, buddy. I'll see you when you get back here. And everybody have a great weekend. Don't forget, head on over to warchant.com. Get subscribed. We've got a lot going on right now with recruiting, clearly. So that's it. Get after it. Peace.